So right now they're moving in on this vehicle, which says it's a government plate. But if you look at it, there's a typo. It says government instead of government. And you can see it's going up now. A lot of people think that they won't tow a red plate. I've seen it happen before, and it's happening right now. Although there is some doubt over the legitimacy of that being a government vehicle in the first place, because obviously it's an improvised plate, and they didn't even spell government correctly, so who knows. And there he goes now, and we'll move on to the next one. Here we have the first motorbike of the morning that doesn't have a helmet. That's a 1,500 penalty for that. The good thing is that the child has a helmet, but the adult should also be wearing a helmet. And it looks like up here they've caught more riders without helmets, so they're just issuing a ticket to this one, no helmet and dress code. It looks like they've impounded a bike here. There's more people over there stopped without helmets. I'll verify why this one's been impounded. So I just verified now this one's being impounded because the driver didn't have a helmet and he didn't have a license. And it looks like they're also getting ready to tow this one. And I just saw a bunch of people sprinting or running down this road. I guess because they want to move their cars because they're worried about them also getting towed away. I think this is the owner that's just arrived now. But once they've already started connecting, I think it's too late. Now if we look at this one, look at the sign that's right next to it. Let me show you. Notice, park at your own risk. All vehicles parked may be towed anytime. And that's what's happening right now. So they've just finished picking up this one, and I'll move on to the next one now. And you can see they've got another flatbed in to take away this one. Right now they're looking at this one, which is probably abandoned because it has no plates and the tires are flat. These are the kind of vehicles that tow trucks often don't want to take because they know nobody will claim it and they're unlikely to get their money back. You can see it's basically just scrap metal. They could maybe get a little bit of money for the windscreen, the wheels, a little bit of money, not much. If the front lights are working, then yeah, as long as they're not cracked, they could get a little bit of money for them. But the thing is, I don't know what the rules are about whether they can actually scrap this for parts and get their money back, because of course people think towing has a lot of money, but they have to pay for the truck, they have to pay for the staff. Like this vehicle has 4 or 5 guys. They have to pay for the gas money, they have to pay for the permit, and you know, there's so many costs associated with that. So when they pick up something like this, there needs to be a way that they can earn the money back. And here he goes now onto the flatbed. And that's it, ready to take away. I think this car is probably going to get towed away if the owner doesn't arrive back in time. You can see it's blocking the sidewalk and it's dipping into the road a little bit. They're just asking now to see his license so they can issue the ticket. There seems to be some argument about what his violation is, but it's quite clearly blocking the sidewalk. So what's wrong with this one, Bong?
Well, they occupied the road already.
Right.
With all these round bars that they have, right? So the thing is, before you do anything like this, construction or otherwise, the sidewalk should be clear.
Okay.
Any lane should be affected, and even the sidewalk, they should have the necessary permit for this.
So they don't have a permit.
Right, we should know, and this is Mabuhay Lane, so they should inform MMDA.
Okay.
This has been a subject of complaint because of this obstruction. So the engineer here has committed that they will remove this today, but nonetheless we will be issuing a notice of violation, so that just in case that when we come back, this hasn't been complied yet, then that's the time that we will be issuing them another ticket for the violation itself, environmental violation.
Okay.
And we will be clearing this on our own.
Okay.
This is a lot of round bar, and
yeah,
these are expensive stuff. We do not want that to be confiscated or anything like that.
That's true. You can see they've acted very fast on the complaint. They're already going to take this down and then move it inside. So I do give them props for that. At least they're acting on the complaint and fixing it as soon as possible. So, okay, you made a mistake in the first place, but at least you're taking responsibility and you're doing the right thing. So thank you. What they're doing with this one is they put skids under the tires, they'll pull it out and then they'll lift it up from the front. And here you can see one of them going now. and the other one's not far behind. Right now they're looking here. You can see most of these cars are on private property, but this sidewalk area is being blocked by one car. It looks like the owner is in the car because I just saw him move, but they're going to ask for the license so that they can issue a ticket. Now if you look at this space, some small hatchback cars could fit here, but a large car like this can't fit, and that's the problem. You have to make sure as a driver that you fit inside the space and you don't block the sidewalk and you don't block the road. Right now it seems like the driver's not wanting to hand over a license, but if he doesn't hand over a license, they'll actually stop the vehicle and then they'll tow it. He's explaining to him now, if you just give your license, the ticket's much cheaper than having the vehicle impounded, which is what will happen if he doesn't hand over the license. It looks like I'm late to the party because the SCOG team are dismantling a tent that was here on the sidewalk. So all of this will be confiscated, but they have to be careful when they go in the road, they don't damage any vehicles. This is what happens if you leave things unattended on the sidewalk. The SCOG team from the MMDA are going to clear them and make it an open public space again. Here you can see they're connecting to this one to take it away illegally parked. So they'll tow that away any second now. So they've just come across these sidewalk vendors and I think they're going to move them away from the street now. Of course, this is not a place for business, this is a place for pedestrians. And the reality is that they often spill out, blocking the whole sidewalk, pedestrians walking the road, then before you know it, they also set up a little store in the road. So this is the kind of thing that they really have to keep on top of and clear when they come across it. So they've just started making an announcement on the loudspeakers about this ambulance for the owner to come out and move it. Because if they don't move, it's going to get towed away, which would be a shame because, you know, this is an ambulance and it helps people, but it's an obstruction just like any other vehicle. And if they start picking up private vehicles, private cars, and then don't take this one, it would be unfair. Like I said, it is a shame, but you know, people drive by and they say, well, how about that one? How about that one? You have to apply the rules to everyone. So they've been waiting for the driver to come out. No drivers come, so it's being towed away. It looks like they've stopped another person here for no helmet. This man, I believe, is a barangay councillor, but they still need to issue the ticket just the same. They've nearly finished with the ambulance over here. They're just finalising the attachment and then they can move it forwards. So I've just come down the street and you can see they've already picked up one here, and it looks like they're also getting ready to pick up this one here and take it away on the tow truck. And there you go, you can see it's been taken away now. Right now they're looking at this vehicle here that's parked blocking the sidewalk. What he might have been able to do is parallel park like this and then it would have been okay, but when you park like that, you block the sidewalk. And you can see they're just hooking up to this one now. You really don't want to block the sidewalk and you don't want to block the road. You have to be very careful when you park that you're not blocking either of those. And there is a sign up here that says no parking, towaway zone. And you can see they're also hooking up to this one on the other side, which is also blocking the sidewalk. So they did actually manage to pull it out that way. They just used some brute force to the front to make sure it wouldn't hit that railing. That's why you have to be strong guys sometimes for this job. So now what they can do is move to the front and pick it up like that. They have to work quickly because right now it's closing down this road. So that's why you can see them running around and operating as quickly as possible. So this one is also being towed away. It's a very bad place to park because it's right on the corner, plus it's like in front of this busy intersection. So it just adds to congestion, and since no drivers come out, they're gonna tow that one away. So you can see they finished picking up that one and they're now taking away this one. They're just finishing hooking up to this one and we're going to move further along the road. You can see here the parking guy is telling him to move further back, otherwise he'll get towed away. So hopefully he'll do that every day and keep the sidewalk clear so that the MMDA don't have so much work to do. So right now we're here where they've made this a one-way street and it's just full of parked trucks, and there's been a lot of complaints about this. So let's see what they can do. You see there's dumped vehicles. Look at this. As you can see, the cars struggle to come down here. The road is pretty much destroyed there, likely because the trucks come up and down here so often. So you can see Bong's now speaking to the barangay about this.
Sa Council Special Operations sa MMDA, i-receive a complaint dito na ginagawang parkingan to ng mga truck. Daanan to. Pinapayagan nyo ba yan?
Hindi mo kasi yan. Yung mga yan, nakikiusap yan, probinsya.
Okay.
Okay. Ngayon, ganito, ang mga tanod namin kasi wala naman libre pagkain.
Okay, may mga litrato pong pinadala sa akin, nakakabahala ho ito. Dahil nakaharap po talaga. Alam niyo naman ho, nakaharap sa daan.
Oo. Hindi naman totally. Ngayon, hindi pa ako lumalabas. Yan naman, anytime pwede natin paalisin.
Okay, anytime pwede yung paalisin. Pwede po ba natin paalisin ngayon?
Oo.
Okay, sige. Ganoon na lang, paalisin natin. Grabe po dito. Pati yung junk shop. Ano ba yan? Junk shop ba yan?
Yung junk shop yun.
Ano yan?
Mga spare parts ng mga sasakyan,
Okay.
mga katayan.
Hindi naman totally. Kailangan bumagsak yan ha. Custom bidding
Custom.
yan eh.
But nonetheless, hindi po dapat sila sa kalsada.
Sinabihan na ho namin yan. Meron ho siyang pinupong warehouse dito sa part ng Risco area.
Okay.
Nag-inintay na lang yung parang transaction nila, ililipat ko wala.
Alright. Paki-document nga para na ano natin, na inano natin to, no? Kasi sir, di ho lang po pwede talagang payagan na gano'n, no? Lalo na na-receive na namin yung complaint. Actually, hindi ho namin kasama sa operations to, no? Nag-operate kami sa Mabuhay Lane. Sinadya ko lang para instigate po itong barangay nyo. Nakakabahala ho. Tama nga yung report sa amin na kalakaran dito.
Kasi yun naman, yung mga binabayad nila para sa parking, kinakain ng tanod.
Ay. Kaya nga po.
Kaya ngayon, anytime naman, ang usapan dyan, anytime na kailangan na paalisin kayo, alis kayo dyan.
Po, hindi naman po lang ito pwede. Sana huwag naman po sana dahil marami pong mga residente na magpe-permission. Wala pong mga nagre-reklamo ng mga posisyon. Anyway, siguro, admin, gano'n na lang. This is my first visit sa inyo. This will be a continuing visit and clearing ops sa mga to. Kung mapapagsabihan sila, sinabi nyo, kaya nyo pagsabihan natin.
Okay. I
have already taken pictures ng sitwasyon dito based on the complaint para ma-justify lang namin kung bakit kami mag-ooperate. Maraming salamat po.
So, Bong, what road are we on and what's the problem here?
Well, this is Manuel, Don Manuel, in Barangay Santo Domingo. We received a complaint regarding illegal parking of trucks here. And I was surprised to see that it was not only the corner of Santo Domingo and Don Manuel, but it's already the whole stretch of the road.
Yeah, I mean,
And
all the way down.
all the way down. And you could see this car spare warehouse. Apparently, once they get all the parts that they need from the junk car, they'll dump the junk car along the road.
Right.
So these are the cars that they have taken out, the spares, and then they will junk it there because there's no use for it. And they're using the road as their junk shop.
It's meant to be a public road.
This is a public road. The thing with this road, it's not designed to accommodate trucks like this, especially overloaded trucks. And once they pass through here or even park, what will happen is they will bust the pipes that crosses the road, just like this ones. And if they bust it, that's what will happen. And the water will leak, even the sewer will leak, and they will destroy the road practically. All the way, yes, it is damaged. That's right. So, well, the barangays here, they see this every day. And I do not know.
Clearly a commercial use.
This is for commercial use. You see over there the warehouse, and I think all this stuff are theirs for whether for delivery or for pickup. But it's destroying the road
Destroying the road
and obstructing it. I just do not know if there will be a fire here or there will be an emergency here. How will the fire truck nor an ambulance could pass through here? It would be very difficult. I mean, if there will be a disaster, it would be difficult to evacuate their constituents here.
So someone just brought over some paperwork and it looks like they're paying 2,000. That's per month or
Every year.
per year?
So it means they allow this.
Yeah,
This
basically.
shows that they allow this kind of, parking here.
Despite the
At
disruption.
at the cost of the road, at the cost of their constituents, and just for a meager income of 2,000 per year. I mean,
It's ridiculous.
it will take more than that to repair these roads because of these heavy trucks.
Yeah. So we've just come back here again, and it seems like this one is still here. So I asked what's going on, and apparently they don't want to let it be towed because they have a senior citizen with them. Right now they're taking his mother over to the patrol car so that she can sit down comfortably in their aircon. So you can see the P&P have also stopped by just to make sure everything goes smoothly. The driver wants the vehicle to be released because he's here, but they picked this up a long time ago. I don't know off the top of my head, but probably 40, 50, 60 minutes ago. I'm not even sure why it's still sitting there, to be honest. There must be some reason. Maybe they were doing paperwork, or maybe they've just been arguing with him. I don't know exactly. What he's saying is, you know, I have my mother here. She's a senior citizen. She doesn't feel well. It got to the point where I was saying to them, I'll accompany your mother in a taxi. I'll take her home. They also offered to put her in the patrol car where it's, you know, we had aircon. But the bottom line is they've already picked it up. And once you've started the towing process, it's just fine already. At the request of the driver, they're disconnecting from the back and reconnecting at the front. It is difficult because people don't want to have their cars towed, but they were really here for a very long time and nobody came out. So it's that simple really, and once they start the towing process, that's really it. Because the problem is, if you start lifting cars and then putting them down, it looks a lot more like you're trying to extort people than actually trying to remove obstructions. So that's why they're strict. Once they start the towing process, that's really it, end of story. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.